Hello everybody, welcome to LA's Wood Carving. Today we're going to be carving a stringer of fish out of this branch. For today's project we're going to be using three tools: a carving knife, a coping saw, a drill with a 1/16 inch drill bit. Let's get started. For our first step, we're going to cut off some of these branches. We're going to measure back 4 inches, approximately, and we're going to take and cut it at a little bit of an angle, maybe 30 degrees, something like that. 30 to 45 degrees would be fine. Just like that. For this next step, we're going to take our angle cut and have it parallel with the board, and we're going to mark 2 lines for the mouth of our fish. We're going to be using a clamp to help us. I had a little trouble holding on to this while I was going to saw it. So we're going to keep the angle cut parallel to the board there, and then we're going to tighten up on our clamp. I'm not clamping straight down on it, I'm using this angle on there to hold it still. And now we're going to make our cuts on the lines we described. Alright. That's not want to start. We're going to start right there. There we go. Just like that. With our cuts complete, now we're ready to start carving our fish. So first thing is we're going to keep our tail. This is going to be our tail here. And so we wanted to carve the sides of our fish in on the angle. I may flip that around. Just like that, both sides. Just like that. Next thing we'll be doing is rounding our fish's head up a little bit. And we know it's not going to be completely pointed, so we're going to round it up and angle it down. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more gentle with it there. Kind of flatten his nose out a little bit more to make him look more like a fish. Now we're going to work on this angle cut just a little bit more and clean it up. See if we can get that out of there. Here we go, and we're going to go in there and just pop that chip out. Come on, pop out. Then we're going to go in here. Just clean it up. Next, we're going to work on the body of our fish a little bit more to make it a little bit more real. So we're going to thin these sides up. I'm looking to kind of make sure that I'm staying with the tail back there. Okay, so it looks kind of like a fish there. Same here. To make it look a little bit more realistic here. It don't have to be perfect. Do a nice small finishing cuts. There we go. Alright. I think we need to come down a little bit more with our head. Let's just work on that a minute. Okay. Let's curve that jaw just a little bit more. Well, we got a truck in the background. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay. Now we're going to work on the tail of our fish. Back here. I'm going to try to leave the bark on to be like the back fin. So we're going to try to carve and keep this even as possible down through here. So just even there. I'm trying to get the ink all over. I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm just doing it to where it's for camera. But try to carve the ink away because we don't want it to stain the wood, because we're going to use that wood as part of the illusion. And so we're going to taper the body in just like that. And we're going to swoosh out to make the shape of our fish. Just like that. And then here, we'll be carving in just like that. You can kind of see that. So that'll be the layout of our fish. The sunlight's changing on me. Alright, so using our carving tool now, we're going to come in here and just start getting rid of some of that wood. So we're going to take the line, because I want to get rid of that ink. So I'm going to actually take the line just a little bit. Just a little bit through there. I'm not marked on this side, but I'm going to hold that same line just a little bit. There we go. Alright, like that. You can see I'm talking about the ink transferring. That's why I want to get rid of it here. Alright. And, you know, I like to stay back a little bit, because as you're carving, sometimes you come up and accidentally grab some of that wood. So, or that bark rather. So here we go. We're going to start wasting some of this out, because we're wanting our fish to kind of curve that direction. Alright. We are carving now. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to pull back towards us to get rid of these here. Always make sure your fingers are all clear. Hopefully I'm still on camera. I am. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to check again, make sure we're staying parallel. I'm just going to clean some of this up, get rid of that saw cut. You can leave the saw cut on there if you want to, it doesn't matter. But we're going to thin that out, because this is our tail back here. So we're going to make it a tail. Alright. Again, it don't have to be just perfect. Okay, we're going to clean this up nice and neat now. So let's ease up on the pressure of our cuts. Pay attention to grain direction here. There we go. Let's check on me a little bit. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to come with this side. Remember to leave about that same amount here. So I'm going to take a couple cuts, get that going. I got that bark just a little bit. Gotta watch that. I should have scored it Just a little bit more. I'm not afraid I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to squirt that bark because we're thinning it down a little bit. So I'm going to put a stop cut right there. Yeah. Just stop cut it and get it broke off there. Alright, because we want that illusion going on. So there we go. So we carve our fish around here. Alright. Always remember, never put anything in front of a knife that you don't want cut. Put down your stock cuts. They kind of integrate them on in there. Always keep your knife clean. Those little pieces will make you slip. Keep them cleaned off your knife. Okay. So that's pretty good. Again, it don't have to be perfect. So now we've got it kind of carved in this direction here. Now we want to work on our fish and carve them and give them a little more shape. So we're going to bring our tail down and up. I think we're going to leave it a little lower here, something like that. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to carve here. See if I can keep the line in the camera view. That makes it a little harder to carve with the camera. Maybe I can get it here. Again, trying to leave that. Taper them off in there. Changing that wood grain is causing us a little bit of issues, but not bad. We don't have to get rid of every little check mark. This is a fish, so we're just going to round it up and make it look as realistic as we can here. Make sure my hand stays on camera. There we go. So it's checking a little bit right there. Let's ease it up. It's always reverse direction when it checks. At some point we have to kind of get happy with it. Okay, so I'm looking at my fish profile here. And I might want to exaggerate that tail just a little bit more. Make it look a little more like a flipper. All right. So next I'm going to decide how I want my fish to be, which direction. So I think that right there will work. So I'm going to drill right down here inside his lip. We'll wood burn my eye later, but for right now, give him a little eye. So that's what right there makes it look more realistic. Give him an eye. Just like that. Good eye. There you go. Thank you all for watching LA's Wood Carving. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed doing it. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And as always, be good.